Now we're going to take a look at some of the definitions again on the slides that are provided to us through Reveal Math. Of course, you can review the material just by launching the program, or the 7.1 program that we have up here. So first one that we have is we have graphs of linear systems. So notice here systems of equations. Notice, as I mentioned before, if we have exactly one solution, those are consistent and independent. Consistent means it has at least one. Independent means it only has one. Infinitely many means that it's consistent and dependent. And if it's no solution, which are parallel lines, it's inconsistent. If we have exactly one solution, we have two equations. They intersect at one point. Infinitely many means two equations with graphs that are exactly the same line. And then we have no solution, which is two equations with graphs that are parallel. And then finally, we can see that this is exactly one solution. This is the same line, and these are parallel lines. So that's what we would have for that first one. So we're going to go right to the next one. Notice in this case now we're trying to find in this particular case, an equation that is along with this one, y equals x minus 5. You'll notice that x minus 5 is this line right down here, this bottom line down here, and I think it's green. But we want to know which other lines are consistent and independent with this line, which means where do they cross only at one point. So notice y equals 2x plus 3 crosses right here. So that means that this equation and this equation are consistent and independent. This line right here, y equals negative 2x minus 5, crosses one time. So that means this equation and this equation are consistent and independent. And then, are there any more? Well, you'll notice this one keeps going, and eventually, because it's not parallel, eventually somewhere, maybe way down here, they are going to cross. So 2x plus 3 and x minus 5 are. So any one of these, except for x minus 5, because it's the same equation. So this one, and this one, all would give you the right answer. Okay, now we want to do it with, I believe it's an inconsistent system. So here is my line, y equals negative 2x plus 3, which is this line right here. And again, it kind of looks black to me. I think other people thought it was a little bit different, maybe purple. But this particular line, we want to find out which equation on here is parallel, because it's inconsistent. Which one's parallel to this one? Well, notice this one looks the closest parallel, so it would be y equals minus 2x minus 5. So if we were to see that one, that would be the potentially only answer. And that's all we're going to go through on this particular page. And then the next thing we're going to do is start looking at equations and trying to determine if they are, how many solutions there are. One solution, an infinite number of solutions, or no solution.